Hello, everyone. This is Annette with Project Refine Life, and I am coming to you today to share something that I just got in the mail and I have been anxiously awaiting. This is called the Dirt Gems Plant Ally Deck. Now, this deck is by two ladies by the name of Louise Burdett and Chelsea Granger. This deck I saw originally on Kasha's channel, Kasha from Tarot Map. And I fell in love with it. So I thought about it for a few days and then I went ahead and ordered it. And I am so glad that I did. Now, this, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I love it. I just got it today. I took a look at it. And I'm sorry, I just thought about this. I shuffled it and I probably shouldn't have, but I will go ahead and describe it to you anyway. So now this is a homemade deck, it looks like, or small print deck. So if you're looking for the perfection of like a mass market deck, this isn't it for you. I appreciate the craftsmanship within this deck. I appreciate that the box is a little tight and the cards kind of get stuck here at the bottom. So as much as I love this little box and the soft rose petal finish on the box, I'm probably going to replace what I'm holding these cards in because I don't want to get them messed up. So let me just put that off to the side. So it is tight. And as you can see here, the last card gets stuck. So when I first took a look at it, I thought that that was the backing in the box, but it's not. It was another card and it was stuck in there. So anywho, it's okay with me. Now, as far as the quality of the cards, I couldn't even tell you what what the GSM is on the stock, but it's a nice quality. It moves easily back and forth. I am not a great shuffler, so for me, overhand is the way that I go about shuffling my cards. Now, I do want to point out, though, that on my cards, as you can see, it kind of flips up, kind of curls up right here. So I don't know what method they use to cut the deck. So there's some inconsistencies there. And then on this corner here, and I think there's another corner. Yeah, see, this other corner here kind of flips down. This one flips up. But that's okay with me. If I really get bothered by it, I will just take out this gadget right here and just fix the corners. Not a big deal for me. But either way, it's okay with me. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate the craftsmanship within the deck. So I'm not going to freak out about those ridiculous. I mean, to me, to somebody else, it might be a deal breaker. For me, it's really not because I really appreciate the art within the deck. And look at, see, I shuffled this and number one came up. So this is out of order, guys, because I already looked at it and I shuffled it and I actually already taped it, but it was so close. I taped this whole thing and everything was in order, but the camera was so close that I had to redo this for you guys. So this is the book. The cards, there's 65 cards in all. And this is the book, a nice, very nice book. It is a total of 163 pages. Very simple. So black and white, one page for each card. And if you come to the front here, it just has a little introduction about the cards. And then also, what I think is important is that the cards are broken up into suits. So there are 4 suits within the deck. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not the type of deck that you're going to go to figure out how to make a tea. This is not it. It's going to describe it a little bit within the cards, but not completely. It kind of touches on it. more than anything else, which is why I liked the deck, was how to use these cards on a spiritual level, on a healing level that goes beyond teas. It talks about the color, the element of fire, the energetic signature, the weather, oh my goodness, weather system, metal, emotion, and landscape. Now keep in mind, guys, I am coming to you today. I'm recording this on the 26th of May. So I'm feeling a little loopy. I got to be honest. We have this full moon, the lunar eclipse. We has the dawn of the sixth sun, and it has had its effect on me. So I'm just doing the best I can here. So anyways, here's a description of the suits, and it says here, the deck is not designed to replace any medical advice, and if you would like to try any of these plants in your own body or others, externally or internally, please seek the wisdom of an experienced herbalist beforehand. Now, when I say she, the creator, one of the creators, Anne, is an herbalist and has been working with plant medicine for over 20 years. So she is familiar with the herbs, but this is not what this deck is all about. So it says here, these plant allies are your friends, your family, and supportive of your well-being and alignment to your deepest desires. Use them as it feels right to you, and we will offer some suggestions to get you started. Similar to tarot cards, these are divination tools, tapping into the collective unconscious and in service of the collective well-being. They are part of the most basic patterns of human thought and emotion, as well as unhuman knowledge and interconnectedness. These cards and the plant allies they embody will act as mirrors, reflecting their own unique understanding and awareness of life around you, and can act as a bridge to find your place in the ecological of all things, in the ecology of all things. Oh my goodness. Okay, so as you can see, this is about how you utilize these plants to connect more with Earth, with yourself, with discovering yourself, and healing yourself in a way that's not physical, in a way that's emotional, to bring in wisdom. It does touch upon the practice of how to use them briefly, but that's not the emphasis of this deck. And for that reason, and the art, I fell in love with this deck. I can see myself using this with many of my decks, and I'll probably go through one day and just bring out a lot of my tarot cards and pair it up with it, because I love doing that. Every time I get a deck, I take some time and I go through all of my tarot decks, which takes some time, but I like to have a spreadsheet. Yep, you heard that right. I have a spreadsheet of all of my decks, and then I have the decks that I like to use specific cards with, where I feel the energy plays off well with. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these down so you can see the art and how beautiful it is. I'm not going to go into describing each card. Okay, now, first of all, before I go any further, as you can see down at the bottom, there's these little symbols here, and they're different colors. So as you could see, those were, I believe, the ablaze suit. And then this is the third suit, which is the adrift. So there's a blaze, a float, a drift, and a mist. So these are within the third suit, and you know that because of that. And then this is the fourth suit, dead mist. And as you can see, like, these are gorgeous. I love these cards. I cannot get, I am going to be working with this for sure with my story medicine cards, and probably with my Tarot of the Crone and my Dark Goddess. And let's see, as I'm doing this, as I'm putting these cards down, I'm looking up at my tarot collection to figure out which ones are going to come out to play with this particular deck, because I thought, okay, now this has got to be, I'm serious, I think it's my favorite. And every time I've come across it today, I've only had this deck for a couple of hours, but every time I look through these, this card. I just love it. Look at this crone with the black walnut. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. But this is what I was looking for within an herbal deck, is not so much how to, like I said, make teas with it and the description of it and how to pinpoint it if I'm out foraging. But the energetic healing properties of it, how to work with it in my own practice daily, and how to address what I need or what somebody else needs that I'm working with. So I think that this is just beautiful. See, there's peppermint, kelp, iris, rosemary, which I absolutely love. I love rosemary. I don't know about you, but I cannot walk by rosemary without taking a little snippet. I don't want to say pulling it off and taking it, but taking a little snippet with me. And then, like, say if I'm walking around the neighborhood, I will pull a little piece of rosemary and then I just kind of rub it and start smelling it. I love rosemary. So the guidebook, so you look at the particular suit. So over here in the front, you look at the suit. You see that it is in the ablaze suit. And then you come down to number 3. So you come here. I'm sorry, I'm doing this off camera. You can't see me if I'm doing this off camera. Okay, so you find the card. You look at the suit. That's the ablaze suit. So then you come down to number 13, which is rosemary. There's rosemary. And then you look at the page number. Then you come to the page number. And it does tell you the Latin name of the card. So I'll go ahead and just kind of briefly, I probably won't read the whole thing, but rosemary is a deep, unconditional, I will cross space and time for you kind of love. Rosemary has a long history of being planted in front of the house to act as a guardian and a protector for the household, and to balance the family's presence within. If you are feeling not completely present in your life or your body, if you disassociate, feel forgetful, absent, or struggling to keep up, bring rosemary into your family. You can see here, I mean, it goes a little bit further into this, but you can see now where this doesn't, like I said, it doesn't go into, this is how you identify this plant. This is how you pronounce it. This is how you use it in a tea. It's more of, oh, willow. See, I've got to look that one up. Willow. Every time I see willow, it reminds me of my mom. So now my mom had this beautiful willow tree, and she loved willow trees, and it was in front of the house. And I just completely went off topic. Did you hear that? Anyhow, this is a deck that you use, like I said, on a spiritual level. It is not the type of deck that you would use for plant identification. Wrong one. So another way of doing it. So if you're just using the number of the card, looking at the front here, everything is numbered here. So you can come right over here. Even if you forget what number the suit is in, you just look at the number of the card, and there we go, page 82. And one thing I appreciate about this particular guidebook is that I can read it. Now, my vision is not great, and sometimes I have to put on all kinds of lights, and sometimes I have to bring out like a little magnifying glass in order to read the descriptions within the guidebook, because the print is so tiny. But I can read this guidebook without a problem. I don't need to bring out my magnifying glass in order to do it, and turn on lights in order to do it. So anyhow, I just wanted to give you an idea of this deck, the guidebook, the cards. As I think I said in this video, I am not by any means, shape, or form a person who is good at shuffling cards. So the riffle shovel is not for me. And as you can tell, see, I've done this a couple of times with it, and it does have a slight bend to the cards. So that's going to bug you. You know, that's something you might want to consider. But if you look here, if you just bend it back the other way, see that? It's fixed. Now, like I said, I'm not a big riffle shuffler. I overhand shuffle because I'm not good at riffle shuffling. That's what it comes down to. So I just wanted to share these cards with you, and I hope that you will give them a look and kind of consider these, because energetically they're beautiful, and I love like this almost homemade feel that this deck has. Some people might not appreciate that. Personally, I do. So now if you're looking on the website, just know that when you place an order, it takes between 3 to 14 days before the order is placed, and then it has to be shipped out, of course. So it did take a little bit, not that long. They are from New York, and so it didn't take that long. I have to admit, there was no communication. Like, I placed it, it was silent. But I expect that if it's coming from, you know, two individuals that are working on this deck, I'm okay with it. The decks are beautiful. I love the feel of the guidebook. I love the feel of the box. Like I said, I probably will not be using the box just because it's a little tight within the box. But that doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to close that because I'm not going to be able to open it. But that doesn't matter to me because I love the art. I love the messages within the guidebook. I love the way that it reads. I love that it's enough, but not too much also. So, like I said, great deck. I am so glad that I got it. And if you want to look into the deck, go to thedirtgems.com. And they can also be found on Instagram at thedirtgems. So, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking a look at my walkthrough, and hope that either you liked it and want to look at it, or just, helped you decide either way. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and much love to you all. Bye-bye.